this team defensively is one of the better defenses in the country, top 15 in a lot of categories. For the first year, Shieldwood's done a great job with their defense. Offensively, statistically not as good, but they can run the football. They got a lot of speed outside at wide receiver. Quarterbacks played a lot of ball. He's a really big guy. We know he can run. He's got a big-time arm as well. Carter, had a great season last year. Kicked this all season. Had some injuries during camp. It's where I think Nathan really started to show. Because Carter wasn't out there, so Nathan's kicking a lot and doing a really nice job. And then of course Carter comes back. And he's been good. And so it's tough to make the change. Obviously the easy thing to do is just say, Carter, keep doing, we'll work you out of the slump. But we felt like, in this game against Miami, we're going to need to make some field goals. Looking back at last year, we knew they were stingy defense in the red zone, so we're going to have to make some field goals. And so, let's see what he can do. And he did a great job. Obviously, I didn't know the first kick would have to be a 55-yarder. that's a little tough to have your first one there, but he nailed it right down the middle. And I think that certainly relaxed him, and he felt great after that. And we've been talking about Joe a lot. We think he's one of the better tight ends out there. With his size and speed and catching ability and also can block. So defenses, they know where he's at. They're going to have to know where he's at. He also helps free up a few of the wideouts as well. Pryor's been a great, kind of that 1-2, that 2 punch, outside of Corey. He's got the speed, the two touchdowns over 60 yards now in 3 games. That's incredible. So, and I think that is where he excels, is when he gets an opportunity out on the perimeter to be able to run by people. That's when he's really good. It's a big game for us. It's the first Big 12 game. We're playing a team that Cincinnati's played in the past out of Houston. And so for us, the first Big 12 game is a huge game. A huge game, and playing a team like Houston that's playing, I think, really good football. Had an opportunity to beat Oklahoma, 2 weeks ago. So we obviously, this is huge for us, and all our focus and attention is everything's on Houston right now. We don't have anybody that, unless we take one of our defensive ends to play quarterback. That's about how big he is. He's having played him last year. You look across the field, you're like, my gosh, I didn't know he's that big. But he is. 6'4", close to 240. Looks like a big tight end or a big defensive end that can run. I don't know about the team. I personally love it at noon. There's nothing better than playing at noon and getting a win and just sitting, putting your feet up and relaxing, watching some college football. You don't care who wins after that. One of the negatives of playing late games is the fact that, man, as soon as you play your game, and you go home, you got to go to bed. You got to get up and go again. You don't have any time to relax. Decompress at all, because you're also locked in, every day of the week. So I do like to have the fact that you play early and now you at least get a few hours to relax on Saturday afternoon. I think that's when he's his best, is when he does get those carries up toward the 20 carry mark. Defenses are starting to get wear down a little bit, and that's when it's go time for him. He's a very, very solid running back. He's done a great job for our offense. Him being able to run the football certainly should help and open up more passing lanes. And I think it has in the first 3 weeks. We'll continue to ride Corey. He's a stud.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really good time. Unfortunately, I went for that game one time, but it was really cool running across the field, taking the belt from them. That was one of our team goals going into the season. I'm glad we got to accomplish that. Yeah, Eric's a really hard worker. I wish you could hear what the things he said in the locker room leading up to the game. Got to get the bell back, this and that, you know what I mean? He puts a lot into it, and I'm glad that showed in a really big game like that.
The one that he fumbled into the end zone was an amazing play by him. Obviously, he's getting coached up on all that stuff, but, unbelievable job by him. And then the 80-yarder, you obviously don't like to have those taken away from you, but, he's an outstanding player, so anytime I can get the ball in his hands, it's always a good thing. Been harping on it for weeks now, but anytime that you can just turn around and get the ball to 21 and Evan Pryor also making that big run for us was massive. But, Corey does a great job of always making the first guy miss, it seems like, and always picking up extra yards. So it's always nice to hand the ball to him. Very excited to start off conference play. Houston's obviously a good opponent. Can't take them lightly, and got to go out there and do what we do. But very excited to get out there.